Hi everyone! Thank you so much for coming to my Facebook Barefoot Books launch party. Let's go ahead and get started. Yesterday I shared with you a little bit about how Barefoot Books came to be a company, and today I'd like to share with you how the same themes that started Barefoot Books as a company are actually seen in the books themselves. Tessa Strickland and Nancy Traversy started Barefoot Books because they found that there were not that many children's books that encouraged their children to be creative and curious. So the first book I'd like to share with you, I think really exemplifies books that encourage children to be curious and creative. And it's called My Granny Went to Market, and it's a round-the-world counting rhyme. And it's a story about a grandmother who travels to different locations on this magic carpet and gets souvenirs along the way. And as you can see, the illustrations are very, very detailed. And I think that really pulls a child in and allows them to be curious about these places that the grandmother is going to. And my very favorite part of this book is actually at the end, after the grandmother has given the magic carpet to her granddaughter. It says, "And I flew away too," and it leaves it blank. So it really allows the reader to be creative and decide where that child went to next, whether it was a made-up location or an actual location. It's really up to the reader. And the next book I'd like to share with you is called The Animal Boogie. And this one not only appeals to a child's creative and curious nature, but also to their need to move, the high energy that lots of kids have. And this is a song that's written, that each of the lyrics is written on a page, and each lyric introduces the child to a new animal and also a little dance move to go along with it. And the illustrations again are very detailed and really draw children in. Now another theme that Barefoot Books is a huge proponent of is the idea of diversity. A lot of their books are from different cultures, and a lot of the illustrations demonstrate diversity as well. For example, in The Animal Boogie, not only are children of different races depicted, but there's also a child in a wheelchair. And that's something that I don't often see in children's literature. See, she's right there. There's a new book that came out recently called My Big Barefoot Book of Wonderful Words. And it's a visual dictionary that really tries to depict diversity. The editors of Barefoot Books really push that as a theme in that book. Not only do you see people of different races and different cultures, but also different ability levels. Like there's a child that's blind and he's reading Braille, and that's one of the words that you learn from reading the visual dictionary, which I think is really great. Now, I mentioned before that they also have a lot of multicultural stories, and this is something that I think is very, very unique to the Barefoot Books line, that you're not only learning stories from African countries and Hispanic countries, but like countries like Russia and Ireland that I really don't find very many other children's books that have those stories. This is a story from Zambia, and it's from Barefoot Books' Independent Readers line, called their Animal Stories line. And this book is called The Tortoise's Gift. And again, it's a story from Zambia. And here's the inside, a little bit of the illustrations. And this next book is called The Barefoot Book of Earth Tales, and this is one of my favorites. It's an anthology of different stories about the earth, like different folk tales and myths about the importance of the earth, from different countries such as Bali, the American Southwest, India. So it really just provides a very multicultural experience. That's all for this video. In the next video I'm going to share a little bit about about why I love Barefoot Books. So stay tuned.